Hello everyone, today we're gonna look at one of my races from LFM from last week, from Silverstone. This is my qualifying lap. I must say that it was definitely not one of the best laps I ever had, but it will do. So, as you can see, my tire pressures are a little bit off, so I won't be able to make a decent lap here, but that's what I've got at that run. And here we are running on a back straight, approaching relatively fast right-hander. I'm braking a little bit too late, but not lowering the speed too much, so it was a nice exit. And approaching hard braking zone to the first gear, hitting apexes. And I always messing up this corner, and luckily this time I made it relatively flat, so it was pretty decent. Here I'm a little bit too slow, so I could carry maybe 10 kilometers more, but I didn't, yeah. And we continue through this sector. I did hit the sausage curb on the inside, but it was not critical. And approaching the last two corners, which I always have problem with. And I almost ran out of it, but luckily I was still inside. And finishing this lap with probably not the best time, if I remember correctly, it was P20 or something like that. So okay, I'm starting P20. I usually do really slow and safe start, so normally I'm live after the first corner, but let's see how I've done here. So I corrected my tire pressure, so the race itself should feel way better. And here I barely avoiding the collision with the Ferrari in front, but it was all good. I dropped a few places, and now I lose one more to Porsche on the right. Yes, it is. But we survived, and we can continue the race, which is always the best thing to do, rather than gaining a few positions and crash. Yeah, so we are trying to keep with the back and front, and maybe break the wall from behind. I'm going for the inside for no obvious reason, and unfortunately I was not able to avoid this collision because I started to slide and was not able to correct. Fast forward a few laps, I gain on the car in front, and I see that Aston is run wide, so I have a run on him. And I'm braking a little bit too early and playing too safe, but he let me go, and that's always pretty good. Next lap I'm gaining on BMW, and I started to notice here that he's braking a little bit too early, so I'm starting to think how and where is the best place for me to overtake him. And obviously it's going to be the end of the straight, and I feel like I have a better exit than him, but he's probably going with a lower wing, so he's pretty fast. And yes, as I noticed, he braked too early and I easily overtook him. Next up is a McLaren and a Lamborghini, which are fighting, and the gives me a great opportunity to take advantage and close on them. Here they are probably not noticing me, and I see that McLaren is going super wide and not defending, so I dived in inside and he probably didn't notice me, so we had a small collision, but it went smooth. And my next target will be the Lamborghini in front. Half a lap later, I gained the Lamborghini and I see he's braking super early, so I tackled myself inside, so I'm messing with his lines. And on a straight here, he ran wide, so probably get a penalty for it. And we are trying to hold with him and not attack. And here again I see he'll probably brake too early, so I shuffled myself for the inside line and overtook him. But I see that he's trying to get the position back, and I'm making a horrible mistake with not braking soon enough and leaving too much space here, so I'm out of on the grass, and basically all the positions I've just gained gone for nothing. I see the McLaren, which I overtook, and he's luckily going super wide, but the other issue is that this Porsche gained the position back as well, so that's for me to gain again, and my main purpose and task for the race is to gain all those 3 positions back. And I see that I am probably faster than all 3 of those drivers, if only I am not gonna do that sort of mistakes, but we'll see. And I feel like I'm pretty confident and fast in those sweeping corners, while the others aren't, so I try to gain on them while they are fighting. I didn't do my best with the last corner because probably I had to keep it on the 3rd gear. And here I am at the back of the group, and I need to try and overtake them as safe as possible. And I'm closing on Lamborghini, and he seemed to be a little bit too nervous with the car because he's trying to play safe while doing relatively minor mistakes, and he's letting me go, which is always appreciated. There's a green Porsche run wide, and I'm shuffling myself together with the other Porsche, and it seems like green Porsche is not seeing me, so he closed me the door, and unfortunately that led into relatively unpleasant spin, so I have to restore and regain all the positions, and he seemed to realize that mistake, so he letting me go. And here we are at 25th position, not ideal, even considering poor start. But at this point, without even pushing, I see that my car is sliding all over the place, which means my tires are basically gone, and my only task for the end of the race is survive. And luckily I survived and almost gained on the McLaren front. That was not the best and not ideal race, but that was a good lesson on not to give up and continue pushing. Even so, yeah, making mistakes, it's always learning. Thank you for watching and see you later.